Hello, everyone, and welcome back to War of the Stars, a Star Wars podcast. We are coming to you once again from far beyond the watchful eyes of the Galactic Empire. My name is John Mark Tolley, and joining me as always is Mr. Joe Cahill. And Joe, we are back after a short little hiatus for the holiday season. We hope all of you out there, whatever you celebrate, even if you don't celebrate, we hope you had a good time with friends and family, just enjoying this time and staying safe, of course.
And enjoyed any vacation you may have gotten.
Yes, if you got any. I didn't really. The joys of...
I remember them well.
Yes. We are, like I said, we are back here, and it is 2021, a new year, and a new, I guess you could say, new beginning, looking forward to the future for War of Stars. And while we were away, there was a little bit of a development, a issue that arose within the fandom that we're going to talk about here. And we're going to kind of use this as a jumping point and a platform to talk about this in the broader sense. So for those of you who don't know, we're going to be talking about the situation that happened with Star Wars Theory and Pablo Hidalgo. And now, for those of you who have listened to the show for a while, you will know quite well my feelings on Pablo Hidalgo. I am not a fan of Pablo personally, and
pretty full of himself.
He's done stuff like this.
He's pretty full of himself.
Yeah. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, Star Wars Theory, who is one of the biggest names in the Star Wars YouTube community. In fact, I'd say he's probably the biggest name right now. As far as number of subscribers he has, number of followers. He's got well over 1 million, probably close to 2 million followers right now. And he produced one of the best Star Wars fan films I've ever seen in Vader Shards of the Past. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Very well done for the budget that he had. It being fully, his own money, because Lucas told him that he couldn't crowdfund and that anything like that, he couldn't make money off it. He couldn't crowdfund. It had to be completely self-produced and self-financed. So with that, just great. But that's not what we're here to talk about. He was doing a watch through of the last episode of The Mandalorian and was recording it as kind of a reaction. And when Luke showed up, he got very emotional, as I think many people did. He started to tear up and started to cry and showed real emotion for a character that I think means a lot to a lot of Star Wars fans. I think, Luke is one of those characters that there's a strong emotional connection.
Beloved character. I mean,
yes, very beloved.
Everybody's grown up with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. He's personally my favorite character in the Star Wars movies. Luke is especially as I get a little bit older now, I appreciate Luke even more.
I appreciate Luke more when in the old universe when he goes dark.
Well, and
but I mean, fans are expected to have reactions. His was teary.
Right.
You know, if I had been simulcasting watching it,
Yeah.
you would have seen me jump up and down screaming when that X-wing. I knew it from the moment the
Yeah,
X-wing showed up.
that's me.
You know, I was all I had my Luke's lightsaber, which you see right behind me, up and lit and was ready to go. I was pumped. So,
I was too.
Emotional gambit
excited,
for both ends.
But, yeah, and I think if you were to ask Theory this right now, and he kind of hinted at this in some of the rebuttals that he gave, that when you get to that point in your career, especially in the entertainment business, and I think you can say that Theory right now is in the entertainment business. He makes a living doing this. You're going to have to deal with haters. You're going to have to deal with people that are going to not like what you do, or deal. And I think he's dealt with that very well. Either by ignoring them or just not letting it get to him. But someone on Twitter was making fun of him. I'm not sure the details of exactly what was said, but that's basically the gist of it. They were mocking him for crying in this video. And Pablo Hidalgo responded with a tweet. Now, the thing about this tweet is that Pablo's Twitter is locked. And so the only way that someone can see what he tweets is if he allows them to. So if he accepts their friend request, or if they were a friend already. Someone screenshotted the response that he gave to this Twitter this tweet that had been going on, where he said, "Emotions are not to be shared," and then he made that as his Twitter handle banner. At first, Theory said he gave them 6 hours to respond because he felt that was kind of a slap in the face. And he eventually gave a kind of a weak apology, saying about how that's not what he was trying to get at, that obviously the fans have the right to say whatever. Theory wasn't buying it. I'm not really either, because, again, this is something that he's done before. He's done this with the situation with the Grey Jedi. He kind of mocked the fans for, for people that might like the idea of the Grey Jedi or believe in the Grey Jedi, by saying something to the effect of, "Oh, they're like a vegetarian who eats meat." But yeah, this is just something he's done before, but I think this brings up a bigger
issue in our family.
A bigger deal within the Star Wars, a bigger issue within the Star Wars community is bullying, not just, inside and outside of the community.
Now, coming from a Disney person,
and we've talked about this.
Coming from a Disney person is what really ticked me off. Attacking a fan.
Yeah.
And there was no apology. I'm sorry.
That was Theory's big issue.
Yeah, saying it wasn't about you, then why in your original post was it right underneath, as a response to them, or you retweeted theirs and then made that post?
Now Theory did say that Pablo had personally reached out to him, that he'd sent emails, that he'd sent the DMs to him saying, "Hey, here's my phone number, call me," stuff like that. So there was at least that.
But it needs to be publicly acknowledged and apologized for.
Yeah. But again, this brings forth a bigger issue, which is bullying within and without the Star Wars community.
Yeah, Star Wars fans bullying Star Wars fans, and non-Star Wars fans bullying Star Wars fans.
Yeah. And I think, from what we've talked in the past, we've had completely different, backgrounds as far as how, are dealing with that. But I think a lot of Star Wars fans, especially of a certain age, grew up being bullied. We've talked to many people on here, and that Star Wars was their escape. How they kind of dealt with it, how they, I knew I was bullied when I was in school, especially junior high, especially. That's kind of when I, found rekindled my love for Star Wars was in junior high. That's kind of when it became from something like, oh, this is a cool show to, this is something that I love. This is a passion of mine. And, bullying was, being bullied was something that kind of drove me into that. It was an escape. It was something that, and I think a lot of fans can relate to that, especially fans of anything sci-fi. I think that they tend to, attract those types of people that are marginalized, that are kind of on the fringes of society, stuff like that. So that's why for me it's so disheartening to see this type of bullying among the community like this, and these kind of gatekeeping, and you're not a real fan if type of a thing. Well, it's just, or mocking somebody for showing emotion.
Right, and I've noticed a lot of the fan pages on Facebook in the past couple of weeks have actually had to repost their rules about no bullying, no bashing. This is for good discussion, not to tear everybody up. They've gotten really stronger on the cyberbullies that like to pop in, and the trolls that just like to pop in and stir things up, which is good. It needed to be done again. It needs to be done about every 3 months. You have to go through, find all your cyberbullies and your trolls and get them out of there. But like you said, we have.
And for those of
we just have to be bigger than that.
We do.
And it really bothers me.
It's okay to disagree. It's okay to, to say, debate is good. In this, even in the Star Wars community, debate is good. And, we don't all have to, it gets boring if everyone likes the same thing. If everyone likes,
you're the Rebel Alliance. I'm the Empire.
For me,
you don't have to like the exact same, be your favorite parts.
Exactly.
And look, we do a show together every week and have fun.
Well, yeah. And I lost what I was going to say.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's okay. We like you said, we don't have to like the same thing, and I completely lost my train of thought.
What gets me is, first the prequels were bashed really hard by most of by a very vocal part of the fandom. I won't say the most. The sequels came out, and suddenly the prequels were great by that same group that voiced, I hated the prequels. Now they like the prequels because the sequels were bad. There is something good in all of them. You just have to watch for the messages. Yeah. Just watch them for what they are. They're an escape from reality. Enjoy them for what they are. Do I love where Disney took it? No, but I don't bash them.
And I think there's a difference. There is a place for criticism. There is a place for fans to say, you know what, I didn't care for that. Maybe they should have done this differently. Because I remember what I was going to say. For me to say that you should like something just because it is this. So, for example, to say, you should like all Star Wars because it's just Star Wars. You should love everything Star Wars has because it's Star Wars. To me, it's just as bad as someone that says, oh, you should hate the new prequels because it's not like the originals. You should hate everything that's Disney because it's not what, I think Star Wars should be. Those are two things that to me are exactly the same. They're both wrong. it's okay to like something. It's okay not to like something. You know, it's that's and I'm sorry, people, for those of you who are on this bandwagon of, oh, they're going to get rid of the sequel trilogy. They're gonna cancel it out. They're going to strike it from
and
canon.
reshoot it.
That's not going to happen.
No matter how many online petitions you form.
Yeah. It's not going to. No, it's not going to happen.
You could sign 1,000 online petitions.
You don't know how movies work.
There was way too much money invested for them to throw them out.
And you know what? If you don't like, how they did it, well, maybe try to do what Star Wars Theory did. Technology is pretty good. You can shoot a pretty decent home movie on your phone.
You could do a special effects film sitting at your computer at home and never having to use a camera.
Yeah.
I know.
Make your own. Write a fan fiction.
Write an original story told the way you think a story should be told.
Yeah. Yeah. Get creative. Don't just sit at your computer and type in be like comic book man from The Simpsons, worst movie ever. Which that's another thing that gets me is when they say something like, "Oh, Last Jedi was the worst movie of all time." It's like, really? Have you seen some of the movies that have come out?
Have you never watched Battlefield
throughout history?
That's a freebie right there. Come on, John Travolta in platforms with dreads. Bad movie. Nothing like the book.
Yeah. No.
You just have to.
But and
I get upset when I read online, and I do that because what we do here every week. So I'm reading what the comments are, and to see just how cruel people can get. I mean, I don't know if you planned on bringing this up. We saw one last week, I think it was, about a young man who was bullied because he likes Star Wars, a young kid. Now, we're hoping in the next few episodes, Tyler's going to join us on here and discuss that with us. But the non-Star Wars fans at home or at school were really bullying him just because he likes Star Wars.
Yeah. And, you think that you're past that as a society, but I don't know if we ever will be.
And you know what? I'm going to say one thing.
It's sad to say.
If that's your parenting, if you are okay with that behavior of bullying somebody, then you're not parenting right.
Exactly.
I mean,
and
definitely not okay.
Yeah. No, it's not. And I think that's one thing we need to, really hammer home is that bullying is not okay. And in the same time, bullying bullies is not okay either. It's not okay. We need to always take the higher ground, I think. Always be the bigger man, the better. And, find someone to talk to, find someone that can, understands where you're, what you're going through. And,
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's hard, as like I said, as someone that was, bullied throughout, being in school, I know how hard it is, and I know how difficult it is, and you think that no one's listening to you, no one cares, but there are people that do, and there are people that will listen to you, and don't let people say, oh, you need to toughen up. I think different people need to learn how to, deal with bullies in their own way. How they would deal with, and with some people it is fighting back. With some people it's laughing with them. With other people it's ignoring them. And one thing you always have to remember, this is one thing I'll say to anybody who's going through this right now: it gets better. It may not seem like it, but it does. It gets better, especially if you're in high school. It will get better, and there are people that are on your side. And for me, on my side point, I can talk really. My Facebook Messenger is always open. If you're a listener and you're listening to this and you're dealing with bullying right now and you're just like, oh, I just want someone to talk to, my Facebook Messenger is always open, and I am always willing to talk. If I don't respond right away, it probably means I'm at work. But I will get a hold of, message you back as quickly as possible. So if you're dealing with bullying and you're listening to this, you just, like I said, you just want someone to talk to, you can message me anytime, day or night, and I will get back with you as soon as I can. And we can talk, even if it's just you just want to talk Star Wars. I always love talking Star Wars. But yeah.
So, great leader. Are we done talking about bullying, or are we going to go on?
Yes. We can go on. What were you wanting to talk about tonight? Did you have anything in mind?
There's always news.
Okay. What's some news that
I am going to pull up some of the news.
Because I've been watching the news, but it's been other news, and it's been very
Yes, I've been watching that as well. It kind of goes back to the bullying we were just discussing, and learning how everybody should be able to get along and talk to each other. You're just two sides of the same coin, everybody. Let's see. Find some of the good one. Oh, you heard about Tom Kane, right?
Yes, I did. I heard he had a stroke. That's very sad to hear.
For those of you that don't know the name, he's a Star Wars voice actor. Has done a lot of the characters in the animated series.
Yeah, I believe he was the voice that you heard at the beginning of Clone Wars.
Yoda.
That kind of did the introduction.
And Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, he did Yoda.
So quite a few. And unfortunately, for what the reports are saying, is the stroke has affected his speech center in his brain. It went straight into that spot. They're saying he may never, ever be able to do it again, voice acting. Yeah, which is very sad because he was very good.
Yeah. That's a real shame. Yeah.
Boy, my phone's acting up, so it's a little harder to look up. Normally, it's real easy. I can just do this and get 50,000 things to talk about. There was some talk this week about Old Republic or High Republic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
High Republic, yes. I missed that. Unfortunately, I put they did a Facebook Live meeting with some of the authors, and I missed it, unfortunately. I think I was at work. I thought I timed it right that I could get on my lunch break and watch it on my lunch break. Missed it. So, I know they made some announcements about that.
Yeah, we did forget one part of the bullying section. What Disney's doing to the authors right now.
Yes.
To the authors of a lot of the expanded universe, and not paying their royalties. What's up with this, Disney? Not paying them their royalties? How much? That doesn't even make a blip on your financial radar. To pay them what they are owed. Well, come on, Alan Dean Foster, the man who wrote the very first Star Wars novel, Star Wars basically episode 4 now. The Adventures of Luke Skywalker,
Yeah.
and the first non-movie book, the Splinter of the Mind's Eye. Before we ever saw Empire Strikes Back, he had written that book. So, to me, this is another form of bullying, and Disney seems to have a lot of this problem, being such a mega corporation. Now as we start thinking, Judge Dredd time era, the megacorps and the mega cities. But Disney, come on, get on the bandwagon, and take care of these people. The franchise is where it is because of a lot of them that wrote the extended universe books. And from what I've been seeing, is you're not just doing it to the Star Wars novels, you're doing it to the Alien writers, several others that you have picked up. They wrote the books. You're still making profit on them. Pay them their royalties.
Exactly.
And that's a big call out from us over here at War of the Stars with our massive following.
I know. That's right. We'll get them all to march on Disney.
Yes. Storm the castle. Have fun storming the castle, boys. Yeah, that was a good one there. Let's see.
Yeah.
Mr. Mandalorian. What's that?
Yes. I said, do you think, I just said the line, do you think they'll make it? It'll take a miracle.
It'll take a miracle. Let's see. Mandalorian news. What's going on there besides Ming-Na Wen singing her praises of Mark Hamill and Luke Skywalker?
I haven't heard much really, other, of course, than the, like you said, that tweet of Ming-Na Wen and, her, praising, working with Mark Hamill and how he was such an inspiration to her growing up, and how much fun that was to get to work with him.
Here it is.
Yeah, I haven't really
you and Luke have been immensely inspirational and impactful to my childhood and as an adult. To have shared a scene with you in The Mandalorian is truly one of the biggest highlights, not just of my career, but in my life. Thank you. Your fan always, Ming-Na, a.k.a. Fennec. Mark Hamill's response was left speechless. Cool. He's like, she left me speechless. But she's a class act. Take a read there, Disney. See, class act.
Well, I mean, they both are. Hamill is an amazing with his fans, and amazing
to interact with the fans on the level he does on Twitter is that's amazing.
Yeah, and he embraced his role, and to see the love that he gets from the fans and other people too. There's he's Luke Skywalker. I mean, what else can you say?
Other than he's unfortunately caused the downfall of the Empire. I mean, George, you should have written better for that last one. That third, that number 6. Yeah, you should have written that better. Told Kurtzman and everybody else they were crazy. The Emperor has to live, or Vader just sits down in the chair. He throws the Emperor off, picks Luke up, throws him off, and it's down on the throne. That's what needed to happen. That would have been a great. Han Solo gets blown away in the Falcon, trying to get to the generator, and because he crashes into Wedge. And you're frozen, buddy. There you are.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
It would be so much more exciting for number 7. Talk about a great place to start the sequels then, A rejuvenated Empire under Vader. That would have been so perfect. Red lightsabers for all. And by throwing Luke down after him, basically he takes care of the Sith and Jedi problem. Because he could just go to being gray then and sit on the throne.
Yeah.
Oh, my son touched my heart. I've come back some, but not all the way.
Right.
I shall now form the Grey Jedi Order, who shall enforce the imperial decrees I send forth. No? Yes?
5
5
stars.
stars. Yeah, see, that would have been a great movie. And then forget about, Pablo saying that Grey Jedi aren't canon. Things as they should have been. We're going to have to do a what if episode here soon.
Yeah.
We haven't done one for a while.
Yeah, we will. We always like those what if episodes.
Try to throw each other off.
Yeah. You have any more news? Because if not, we might make this a short episode this week.
I'm checking. I like that one Mandalorian star did not know about that cameo. Higher ground cake. I'm still saying we're going to see Thrawn soon.
I think so
too.
They're
going to. Well, if we get Mandalorian before next year.
Yeah.
That's got me a little worried about how long we're going to have to wait for that. So hopefully they get these newer shows out pretty quick to kind of fill that gap.
Yeah.
We finally started filming the Obi-Wan series here this week.
Mm-hmm.
The Old Republic.
I did hear one. I did hear one thing that is so far hasn't been confirmed, but it has led to several rumors. Apparently, Chris Pine has read some of the treatment for the Rogue Squadron movie, and has said he's very impressed with it and said it looks amazing, which has led several people to theorize that perhaps Chris Pine could be involved in the Rogue Squadron movie in some way. And I, for one, would be all for that. I think he would be a great addition to the Star Wars family, especially in the role of a fighter pilot.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
Right there. Rogue One. I would be disappointed if it's not at least a young Wedge.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it depends on what time period.
Or they use the real Wedge.
I've heard that it is going to be after. One of the things I heard is that it's going to be set after the sequels.
So it could be, grown up Wedge.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the perfect age for it.
The general.
He's perfect age for it.
Yeah.
And, nephew Ewan is back in the role. So, back as Obi-Wan. Yeah. So it's time to see, the right person playing Wedge.
That's right.
That would thrill me beyond almost as much as Mark Hamill showing up as Luke Skywalker again.
Oh, that would be Wedge has been one of my favorite characters.
I have to agree. Even though he's on the wrong side, he was Imperial trained. As were most fighter pilots, because that was the only place to get trained.
Yeah.
But
there's a really good episode of Rebels where you meet Wedge, and the whole mission is the crew is trying to. They found that there's a Imperial pilot that's wanting to defect, and it turns out to be Wedge Antilles.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a pretty good. So that's the big is Chris Pine possibly being involved with the Rogue Squadron.
I think that would be the way you said it. General Antilles, Chris Pine being Rogue One, and Antilles sending them out on their missions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's a link one of us are going to have to try and make a match to and see if we can't get him on the air with us.
Oh, Dennis
Yes.
Lawson. Oh,
You know what? We might be
would
able to go through. Oh, geez, our last English guy we had on.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cabrera's
Yeah, that might be
something we should get Ray to work on, maybe.
Yeah, we can
Since
talk to Ray about
I vote
that.
Ray does this. Do you second that motion?
Yeah, I second
All
it.
those in favor?
Ray, is there anything you would?
All those opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Ray's going to try and get Dennis Lawson.
All right.
Ray's responsible to get Dennis Lawson on the show, everybody. If it does not happen, please send your hate mail via War of the Stars to Ray or Leo Effects.
Yes.
We want to make sure he gets the hate for not getting Dennis Lawson.
To quote a certain senator of Naboo, I love democracy.
I love democracy. I love my kind of democracy. Vote when they're not here. He's going to watch this show and go, those.
He's going to go, son of a.
We should think of some other people Ray should get for the show and vote them all Ray's projects now.
Yeah.
Ray needs to get Mark Hamill on this show.
Mark Hamill. Go for it, Ray.
Yes. I vote aye for that one.
Aye.
All opposed?
Do it or you're fired.
It's silent. Hey, I even think we got a yes vote from the accounting room. I'm sure he's not here, but we're going to cast his vote for him as an aye.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brian he hasn't joined us for a while.
Brian from accounting. Yeah, he's been dealing with his own show and stuff like that. But yeah.
I mean, we're very sad not to have Ray on. It was. He had some family stuff
try to get him on.
Family stuff that came up. So please just keep him in your prayers. Keep his wife in your prayers, or whatever way you do it. Send energy.
Yeah.
However
whatever you believe in, however you want to do it.
Ray will take it.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
cut out about 15 minutes early, I think.
Anything?
We're real sorry for that, folks.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't. I was honestly, I can say I was ill prepared for tonight. But I promise that next week we will be.
I'll say
prepared.
2 hours ago, I was very prepared. Had a whole long list of stuff, and completely forgot all of it as soon as we got on the air tonight. But
yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you get older and break 50. You shouldn't agree so fast there, buddy. You should have said, no, Joe.
No. Oh, no. You're not. You're spring chicken there, Joe.
You love giving me that problem, though, since I'm the only one who saw Star Wars 77 in 77.
I could do something right now, but it would get us demonetized.
We probably shouldn't.
I will. We have someone who's here.
Jumped in.
Aaron, welcome, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. You can type us a hello if you're interested. Hello.
Hello.
You a big Star Wars fan, Aaron? Or just jumping in to see what we're like? Oh, yes. Love to see that.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about bullying earlier. Having Disney actually bullying a different podcaster, probably the biggest podcaster out of all of us. We have discussed some of the Star Wars news going on. We talked about Tyler, the young man who was bullied at school for his love of Star Wars. And we're hoping to have Tyler on in the next couple of weeks. Is there anything you'd like us to talk about? Yes, no, maybe so. Beskar. Oh,
Beskar.
One of John Mark's favorite topics. anything to do with the Mandalorian, Mark Tully is the man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, I love the Mandalorian. My wife didn't talk. As you can see, my poster of Din Djarin over there.
Christmas present from the wife. Boy, does he
yeah.
have her trained.
Yes.
As is the Yoda picture off to the side. And
yes.
most of his really cool stuff in there is from his wife.
My wife. Yes, yes. Pretty much everything.
So, yeah. Have you seen the Beskar that's being sold on Amazon? Oh, yeah. The Imperial plates of it. It's not true, but it looks like Damascus steel, and it's cut into those same with the Imperial stamp in it.
Like the
yeah, so it's cool. The Beskar 1 pound plates or something. I've been looking and thinking, okay, you know what? That's really tempting. That is tempting me to spend some money on it. Let's see if I can find it real quick on good old Amazon and check that pricing for us because it seems pretty awesome. Amazon Prime.
Really quick, Aaron, where are you from? Reminds me of Damascus steel. Yeah, it does. Yeah,
it looks real pretty. Beskar Ignats. There we go. Oh, they have different ones now. Now there's the one. It doesn't look as. Oh, it's a patch that looks like Beskar. You'll probably want for your jacket. It says, "This is the way." Okay.
Yeah, they have
the steel Ignats are $13.99 with the Imperial stamp in them.
That's not bad.
Doubt I'm going to be able to get a good picture of this. See if I can get the glare.
Yeah, I can't really see.
Too much glare.
The glare is too
much glare.
Too much glare.
But they're pretty awesome. Made them look like the Damascus steel, which is perfect. That's it. The absolute best way to get that angle, that lighting. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped. It looks great, and I'm not even that huge of, into the Mandalorian. I like it. It's good Star Wars, and I watch it because I like all Star Wars. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, okay, that's cool. That's one of those things I can add. I mean, I have May the Force Be With You buttons from 1977 still that they passed out at the theater for free. So my collection's pretty good.
Yeah. So, Aaron, I forgot. I asked you a bit ago. I don't know if you heard. Where are you from? We like to know where a lot of our listeners are from. So,
Cali,
California.
That's the place.
Cali.
We're in Cali. We're a long state. Central Coast, Central Valley here. I'm out in Modesto area. So you're just straight across the coast from us, really, over to the coast.
I am in Central Illinois myself.
But,
pretty much right smack.
And I'm sorry for that. How's the snow there?
Flyover country, as they say.
How's the snow there?
Melting off now, slowly but surely.
Thank you very much, Aaron. We do like to have everybody on and chat with us. It's really cool. Next time, if you pop on as the show's beginning and we have openings and you're interested, we may pop you right on the camera with us if you're available for that. Oh, here he comes.
Oh,
come on in.
There he comes.
I know.
You will not remove the helmet. Look at that. Oh,
whoa.
Put your other helmet on, the real helmet.
Oh, it's my Ninja. It's my Ninja Corona. I had to go to town today, so I have my
Ninja Corona.
My Ninja mask going on.
I'm seriously thinking about getting a Darth Vader helmet to walk around town in when I have to go out. Yes, I don't have a Darth Vader helmet, Mark. Nice. I need to get one.
I'm surprised. That's actually surprising considering your love for all things imperial.
Oh yeah, the Imperial.
Um,
Gosh, I look at I'm a student of philosophy and a theologist of sorts, and the religion of the Jedi, the religion of the Sith. Oh, I still think the child in the
yeah.
Mandalorian. I think he's a little Sith. Everyone thinks he's some Jedi because,
The little
yeah, I mean,
Sith.
think about it. You got Luke Skywalker. You got all these different races that are Jedi's and Sith. The big conspiracy about Jar Jar Binks being a Sith Lord. I don't know if you've heard that one
Oh
yet.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
how
Oh yeah.
Palpatine got in.
Yeah.
So that's my conspiracy for you guys.
Yeah.
The child he's going through the Jedi training. He must be trained.
See, nobody knows
But-
that
but-
because Jar Jar is Darth Plagueis' master.
Okay.
There's an interesting.
Plagueis was Palpatine's. Palpatine was Vader. Well, it was a lot of people's because he couldn't seem to keep his apprentice alive. But he did have the two coolest apprentices.
That dark side training is hard stuff. One of my nicknames, I don't know if you can see the beard, and I'm about 6 foot something, and I've got hair that comes out like a Wookiee.
I have the beard, but I do not have the hair that comes out like a Wookiee.
Yeah. So one of my
I used to have that.
One of my stories that I imagine a lot, a Sith Wookiee.
Okay, that would be awesome.
Just wrap your mind around that for a second. I mean, it's a joke, but it's not. It's funny as heck. Why would there be a Sith Wookiee?
Well,
Wookiees are the only ones.
Yeah,
Wookiees are the only ones strong enough to mind this rice.
Expanded did do a Sith or a Jedi Wookiee in the expanded universe, so a Sith is not out of the possibility. Because every race has its, it's more enlightened people.
Mm-hmm. There's good and bad in every group.
Yeah.
Depends on your point of view.
And well, with Joe here, it depends on his definition of good is a little different than many other people's.
Order.
Yes, I like it.
If everything was ordered
Imperial.
in the Empire did it, today would have never happened in the real world.
Yes, I feel you and I believe you. Like I said,
Troopers on the front porch.
Darth Wookiee or Sith Wookiee, yeah.
Leading the 502nd, not the 501st.
Yes. Now we're on to something, Joe.
Here we go.
Now we're on to something. As long as we don't get any rebels or turncoats or traitors.
That's where Mark comes in. As you see the look of...
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. You say order, I say, murdering dictatorship, whatever.
Freedom.
It's semantics.
I say order, you say freedom. Freedom is not free. It needs order to be there. I mean, really, if you look at all those planets, how often do any of the Star Wars movies show Imperial troops on the ground, forcing people to do their thing? See, you can only name like maybe one instance, and that was because they were looking for a criminal.
Ah, yes. The Emperor.
Well,
we jumped on a little late. We're about to close out the show, Aaron, but
well, cool. I'm glad I was able to drop some time bombs.
We're on every
enjoy
Wednesday.
the conversation.
Yeah.
We're on every Wednesday. We start about 7 normally.
We're here every Wednesday, usually about 7 your time, 9 my time here in the Midwest. But yeah, we're usually on here every Wednesday night. If you want to join us and check out the show, usually our other co-host Ray is here, and sometimes we have other people that pop on too. So yeah, feel free to join us. And again, thank you for the 50 V coins. We appreciate that. And so we are going to be signing off now. So Aaron, is there any place where people can find you real quick?
I try to remain hidden. Being a bounty hunter is a difficult job.
Oh,
That's come on, all the Star Wars with the best
I
cars.
understand that.
that's right.
No, I'm.
Yeah.
They can find me here on Get Vocal. They can find me on Empower the Imagination. They can find me on Facebook, CLN, Twitter. Actually, I'm not on Twitter. But yeah, I've been doing some podcasts for the Empower the Imagination channel and some of my Vedic astrology, the star maps, here on the Get Vocal. So definitely tune in to Get Vocal. Look for Aaron
Okay.
and the Empower the Imagination channel.
Yeah, why don't you throw that up in the messages
All
section
right,
so that
cool.
people can see it, and when they watch the episode, they can go ahead and get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can get more people following.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right, cool. Joe, what about you? Where can
As
people find
always, you
at?
can find me here at War of the Stars, or you can look over on social medias. Joe Cahill, director producer, over at Facebook or under Steamhouse Entertainment on Facebook and other social medias. I am always available here for you to message in, email us on either the Facebook page or group. And I also do a weekly or a monthly show called One Crit Blunders with Ray Rumsey as our game overall director. And you know what? We have a fun time doing Dungeons and Dragons on that. Back to you, Mark.
Cool. All right. As for us, you can get a hold of us by emailing us at warofthestars1@gmail.com. That is also our Twitter handle, Facebook group at War of the Stars, as also the Facebook page. As always, you can support the show through Patreon, patreon.com/War of the Stars. You can check out any of our shows on our Anchor page. Just go to anchor.fm/War of the Stars. We are also on Spotify, Google Cast, pretty much anywhere podcasts are heard. And we also now have a Discord server. I will put the link up in the group. I believe actually you do have the link. I'll put it up again so you guys can check out the Discord server. We will start doing stuff there, maybe some chats. And we now also have a Twitch feed, and we're going to be working on getting on to twitch.tv and simulcasting there as well. I'm trying to work out the semantics on how to get that done at the same time while doing it here on Get Vocal. That is about it, I believe. So we will see you all here next week, hopefully with a full crew. And as always, remember, this isn't just my Star Wars. Until next time, may the Force be with you.